Are you seeking to deeper connection with others who share your spiritual path? Whether it's to practice together, share mystical insights, or simply to connect with like-minded souls, finding your tribe can be a transformative experience. In today's episode, we are diving into why finding a coven could help your practice, and most importantly, how to find the right one for you. I'm Laura Graves, and welcome to Whispering Witchcraft. Even in today's digital age, with endless ways to connect, finding your true spiritual community can still feel like a challenge. But don't worry, after 15 years of navigating the occult world, I'm here to share my personal journey and tips to help you find the perfect coven. But before we start, I want to make a few things clear. Everything I share, not just here, but in my entire channel, is based on my personal experience. Your experience might be different, and that's totally okay. That's how life works. And for today's episode in particular, I want to point out there are endless possibilities for how groups can form, and even more ways how they function. So think this as just a chat between friends. The best way to learn more is putting yourself out there. But please, be careful. There are a lot of people out there who doesn't have good intentions, so be mindful of information that you share online. So let's start with what is a coven. Coven is a gathering of like-minded individuals who comes together to practice witchcraft, Wicca, or another magical/occult path. They can vary widely in size, from just a few members to dozens. They typically meet on a regular basis to perform rituals, celebrate holidays, and deepen their understanding of their spiritual practice. Some people usually say, think of it as a spiritual family, but this is not always the case. There are some groups that meet in a more practical way, rather than because of an emotional connection. Some covens have a formal structure, with roles like high priestess or high priest guiding the rituals and teachings. Others are more flexible about the roles, having everyone equally dividing the activities between each other. There is no one right way to organize a coven, and there are also no witch police enforcing the rules. Besides, some Karens that like to push their own rules over us, but don't think about them. However, some traditions, especially those with deep roots and established lineage, may have a specific guidelines, but these are not above us all rules. They belong to those practicing this specific tradition. The most important thing here is to learn about the group and its specific rules, and ask yourself if you are comfortable with that. But do I need a coven to be a witch? And here's the thing, you don't need to join a coven to be a witch. Many people practice as solitaries, find power and fulfillment in working alone or with a small circle of close friends. While being part of a coven can offer valuable opportunities for community, learning, and sharing rituals, it's not a requirement for practicing witchcraft. Some people would say that Wiccans need to have a coven, but I will not open this can of worms here. And anyway, I'm not talking about being a Wiccan, I'm talking about being a witch. Also, I would like to add that even when you are part of a coven, your personal practice would be the most important part of your development, and where you will have more flexibility to try different things and shape your own path as a witch. I've been in different groups during my life, navigating from ceremonial eclectic witchcraft to British traditional Wicca, and this whole experience taught me a few things. But the most important is to learn everything you can from the group when you are together. Do it like they do, but in your personal practice, mix and match and see what can fit your own magic better. This can be a piece of wild advice, so take it only if you want to. The most important thing is to find a path that feels meaningful for you. And if you're just starting out, there are plenty of ways to learn and grow without joining a coven. Books, online forums, and local metaphysical shops are excellent resource. Of course, you will find a lot of, let's say, not so reliable information online, but as you learn more and more, you start to notice what is really useful and what is just there to have a lot of likes. So the reason that I think joining a coven can be a good option is, for starters, the community. Being part of a coven provides a sense of belonging, which can be incredibly comforting, especially if you are new in the craft. It is a place where you can build friendship with people who share similar spiritual interests. Covens often offer structured learning opportunities like workshops, classes, and study groups. This can help you deepen your knowledge and skills in ways that might be harder to achieve on your own. Another thing is rituals and celebrations. Participating in rituals and celebrating holidays with a group can be a powerful and meaningful experience, offering a sense of shared purpose and connection. Also is a very nice way to share ideas for the next celebrations. There is also the personal development aspect, because being in a coven can offer both support and accountability as you work in your spiritual and personal goals. The group dynamic often pushes you to stay engaged and commit to your path. But remember, not every coven will be a right fit for you. It's important to consider what are you looking for, and take time to find a group that aligns with your needs and value. Just as there are many paths in witchcraft, there are many types of covens. So don't hesitate to explore until you find the right match for you. Ask a lot of questions and don't be shy to share your thoughts, reasons, and wishes concerning joining a group or not. And remember, it's fine to say thank you, but no thank you, if you don't feel it is a good fit for you. Okay, cool. But where can I find a coven? There is here some options. First, research online. Many websites and online communities connect people who practice Wicca, witchcraft, or occult practice in general. If you are looking for British traditional Wicca, also called BTW, I would recommend to look on Facebook. There is these two groups. One is called Gardnerian Wicca Seekers and Initiated, and the other one is called Alexandrian Wicca Seekers and Initiated. These are moderate groups with verified initiated members. I don't know by the Alexandrian groups, but by the Gardnerian Wicca, you can find a list of verified groups that are open to meet new people all around the world. So you can find your country, and you can also see the areas in your country where you can find these groups. Another option also is attend events and festivals in your area. Many covens and pagan groups host events and festivals where you can meet others and learn about their practice. Check online or inquire at your local spiritual or metaphysical shops for information. Also, looking for a quote-unquote indirect occult event is a way to find people. Like, search for open tarot reading night. For sure, it's a good way to find some witches there. And as I said before, also the metaphysical spiritual shops are a very good place to find groups. These shops often serve as hubs for local pagan communities and can help you to connect with others and learn more about upcoming events. And I would like to reinforce here that it's always important to think about your safety when you're meeting people that you met online. And for this reason, I think a good option is look for groups that hold regular public meetups in places like café or parks. You can also bring a friend with you just for extra safety, just in case. Another thing to keep in mind when you're searching for a coven is to respect people's privacy. Always ask before sharing photos or tagging people on social media. It's important to respect these boundaries. Not everyone is open about their practice, and that's okay. Another thing is that some groups may or may not charge you for their workshops and ritual. Wiccan groups typically do not charge anything, but Keep in mind that Wiccan groups tend to follow a more structured path and often invite newcomers to an outer circle. That means that you are not officially part of the coven yet, but you are learning the craft. You don't have much control over what you learn first, but this structure can be helpful if you are new and have no idea where you're supposed to start. And what if there is no coven nearby you? Sometimes it's hard to find a coven right in our neighborhood. So you might need to travel to meet members in person. In my group, for example, we travel between Leipzig and Berlin to meet up. However, we also use video chats to catch up and share our news when in-person meetings are not possible. So whether joining or not a coven is a personal decision. Some people thrive in a coven environment, while others find more fulfillment practice alone or with a close group of friends. The key is finding what works best for you. Feel free to share your questions in the comments and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Until next time, I am Laura Graves and this was Whispering Witchcraft.